What's up, everyone, and welcome into episode number 505, where it is my honor and privilege to introduce two special guests during this episode, and those are Kalamazoo diver Barrett, Garrard, and swimmer Noah Loizos. How are the both of you guys doing today?
Doing amazing.
Yeah, pretty good over here.
Yeah. Glad to be
Yeah,
on the podcast.
yeah, no, glad that you guys were able to join. I know we've talked a little bit about this for a little while. I believe you guys are the first KZoo swimmer and diver to join the podcast, so obviously really appreciative of you guys doing that. But how's things been going over there at Kalamazoo? I know you guys have just been there not super long, but hopefully things are going pretty well over there, school-wise and swimming and diving as well.
Yeah, midway through week 6, finished up midterms for the most part, so academics going good. We got first big conference meet Saturday for MIA fall invite. But practice up until now has been good from my side. I don't know about swimming, so that's up to you.
Yeah, same here. Academics going good. Um, just finished midterms and I did a lot better on them than I thought I'd do. So,
Hey,
hey,
there you go.
Oh yeah.
swim wise, really looking forward to this upcoming meet. I last one to Albion. Not trying to be mean, but they don't got the nicest pool. It's pretty shallow, and I'm looking forward to being able to race after doing some like college level training in a really nice pool. I'm really looking forward to that. I have some big goals for this upcoming meet. I'm doing the 50 free and the 100 free. Um,
Big free guy, huh?
Usually I'm a back guy, but not this meet. I'm really excited for that. Training has been definitely different than what I'm used to. And
Yeah.
my shoulders have been not doing the greatest. But
Cupping.
I just got cupping done the last couple
Okay.
days. Um, but we're holding in there, you know.
Hey, you know
Cupping.
what? It's just a different level of training, probably a little bit harder level of training. I'm sure we'll probably go into that a little bit more as the podcast goes on. But you guys are really excited, obviously. This is probably, if I would have to guess, probably the biggest meet you guys have had this year so far, this upcoming weekend. How exciting is that? Kind of just realizing, like, hey, this is your quote unquote first kind of like big meet. Obviously, you've already had a college meet already. The first one's kind of always a little like probably difficult, a little bit maybe scary, a little nerve wracking. Kind of got that past you guys. But first big meet, how are you guys feeling?
Um, I'm feeling a little nervous going into it. Um, Big part of it is just like my shoulders.
Yeah.
Um, I'm really hoping that they can hold up, but I'm not doing a big distance, so I should be all good. And I'm really excited to just see like all of my competitors in the MIAA. Like just get a gauge of like I guess who we're up against, you know?
Yeah.
And then set like a kind of test ourselves and around the start of the season, see where we're looking at, and so that we can set some goals for the end of the season.
Yeah, I'm looking at somewhere in the same boat. After Albion, I was a little more competitive than I thought I'd be. Like I was just fighting the guy, I was beat somebody. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what the rest of the conference is like. I'm really just excited to go into it. I'm not that worried. I got no real stakes in this one. I'm not gonna go high, but the goal is to not go as low.
And obviously learn a little bit about your guys' self. Like you had Noah mentioning, like kind of figuring out where you guys are, kind of in, I don't want to say pecking order in the MIAA, but kind of just figuring out where you guys are, and then obviously kind of build off of there until you get to conference, which is for a lot of people the big meet that they mostly care about is you train 4 or 5 months for a conference meet, which I know that your guys will be the first time this year. Obviously, probably not necessarily building towards that right now, or not like looking towards that right now, but I'm sure it's probably something that you guys are eventually looking forward to getting to, but your mind's probably more on the now than probably 4 or 5 months down the road where you're swimming in conference, tapered, all that kind of stuff, especially on Noah's end of things.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't swim tapered. I don't know. It's a big word.
Um, yeah, right now we're definitely in like the bulk of our training coming into. We have this invite this weekend, but still a couple months away. We've got the mid-season championships and conferences. So right now we're definitely like for the first half of the season, we're like reaching the top of the hill. We've got a couple
Yeah.
weeks left of hard training until we hit our taper.
Yeah, and I know for at least swimmers, taper is kind of the best time of the year for you
Oh
guys,
yeah.
but
I hope I have
that's obviously something like
to.
Barrett said that he doesn't know too much about taper, so probably won't talk too much about taper, but I do want to kind of get into you guys' journey a little bit. Like, how did you each get started in the sport of swimming dive? You obviously do the same sport, but different parts of it.
So, I my freshman year of high school, well, it was just after COVID. Um, so I didn't do any sports eighth grade.
Okay.
Um, and I'd always wanted to be on a swim team, but my middle school didn't have one, which is a little unfortunate. And when I got to high school, I knew nothing about swimming. I didn't know, I didn't even know where the pool was at my school. But I showed up on the first day and I didn't know anybody. I kind of showed up and the coach was like, "Do you know how to swim?" And I said, "Probably." And I couldn't put my face in the water. I couldn't really do much of anything. I could do like a 25 free
Yeah.
and then get gassed.
Same.
Um, but just started training, started going every day, and pretty soon, I was locked in. And I did club for 1 year after my first high school season, but it wasn't for me. So I stuck to just doing high school and summer leagues.
Summer leagues are fun.
They are fun.
Probably a little
Uh,
less stressful, probably, if I were to
Oh,
oh
assume
big
yeah,
so.
for
time.
sure.
Yeah.
For me, start was a little less conventional than that. I didn't dive until my sophomore year. I got like recruited from the public pool because I was just having fun with my friends really. But I'm kind of agile person, I guess.
Okay.
That feels like a stretch 'cause I'm not agile outside of diving. But I mean, some lady came up to me and was like, "You should talk. I know the high school diving coach at BG. You should go talk to him." And so now I'm here. Dove throughout high school. I'd never dove club or anything off season. But so now we're here.
I was just going to say, both of you had kind of had unconventional ways of joining the sport. I feel like a lot of like college swimmers, divers start when they're like a little kid and then kind of just work your way up. But I'm truly interested in kind of learning a little bit more about your side, Noah, because you did mention that like you always wanted to join swimming, that you didn't have like a team middle school. Like what kind of attracted you towards the sport of swimming? Like was it something that like family did? Was it just something that you always enjoyed just being in a pool? Or was it more of just like, hey, like I know people that do it, so I just want to eventually do it?
It was probably just that like I've always been like an athlete. Like I'm tall. Like I'm pretty lean. And my dad had always told me like, "Noah, you should try swimming. You should try swimming. You should try swimming." Um, and all throughout my life, my family would go to like we'd go hiking a lot on like for like
Okay.
a week straight. And we'd always end up camping by like a lake or a river and go and swim there. It was a great time. I know just being in the pool has always been like part of my life.
Yeah.
But not competitively at all. And I've always been curious to see like how I would do as a swimmer. Um, but I think the biggest thing that really pushed me was like my dad just encouraging me like you should just try it, man. Um, because when I first got to freshman year of high school, I was not I like if my dad wasn't there to encourage me, I don't think I would have joined the team. I think I would have just been like too overwhelmed with everything going on. But he definitely pushed me to join, and I'm super grateful he did because I was able to make it this far and hopefully farther.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's the thing is it's different going from not being a competitive swimmer, not kind of doing that to doing that. And because of that, like for each of you, like what were your kind of like initial impressions? Because obviously like you might have had some information, maybe Barrett didn't have very much because he just kind of got thrown in the pool from a random lady. But like when did you guys like realize like hey like this is fun, like I really enjoy this, and just like initial impressions of it, like did you truly know anything kind of going into it? Obviously I know that Noah talked about that he couldn't even put his head in the water, so maybe you didn't necessarily know a ton right away, but like is it something that you enjoyed right away, or is it something that you just kind of stuck with and eventually started to kind of enjoy a little bit the longer you did it?
Ooh, That's a good one. For me, I enjoyed it a lot right away. I was surrounded by a really solid group. My first year, we had a kid go to like George Washington.
Really?
So D1, good, really good diver, really friendly guy. And then obviously we had my teammate, same age as me, Michael. Shout out to my boy. Loved him. He was a great teammate. He was really shy at first, actually. Really didn't like to talk, but he liked having a teammate. And
Yeah.
that's where we were. And so really having that group around me made it pretty fun. Towards my senior year, I started to fade a little bit. Got a little less fun. I got coached a little less just because we had more competitive people. But I mean, I really liked being around those people. So for me, it was a lot of the environment more than the sport. But I do
Okay.
enjoy the sport. Now we're here.
Yeah. I'm gonna kind of double up on that and say like when I joined swim, my freshman class was there were 5 of us, and 4 of us had never swam before. It was there was the 4 of us and then Tyler Double, which he's my best friend from swim. He actually swims at Albion,
Oh,
so
does
we
he
got
really?
to race against him. It was awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
Um, and swimming with like the 4 guys and then Tyler, who just from the start was miles ahead of us. He was one of the kids that swam since he was 6,
Okay.
so he was miles better than us, and that was super inspiring. Like seeing him and like what we could be capable of, you know.
Yeah.
Um, and then starting with a bunch of guys that also got in the same boat as me was super motivating. And I know I fell in love with the sport. I remember this meet very distinctly. I think it was at Lance Cruz North High School,
Okay.
and my coach, one of our guys was sick. Okay, I wasn't a backstroker. I was a breaststroker at this point. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I was not my thing. I did like I think the 200 free and the 100 breast,
Ooh.
but my coach said, Noah, at this meet, you've got to fill in for this guy. Okay,
Okay.
so I had my 100 breast at the very end. I had the 400 free relay, which I also usually didn't swim, and I had the 100 back. I got subbed in. Okay, back to back to back at the very end of this
Brutal.
meet. I was I was no, I was so anxious going into it. Um, and when I did that backstroke, it felt amazing. You know, I'd never done backstroke before. Felt amazing. I missed one of my turns. I flipped turn, and there was no wall. I think like grazed it, so they didn't DQ
Okay.
me. It was a terrible race, but it felt good. And when I finished the relay, I know I was like on the verge of throwing up. I felt terrible, but I think that sense of accomplishment after doing a back to back to back really just like cemented it that like this is my sport, you know? And since that meet, my coach decided I'm never gonna do breaststroke again because the backstroke time I put up was considerably better, and she saw my technique and was like, "Huh, why is this guy doing breaststroke?"
Hey,
Um,
and now you're doing it now, right? Like, and
yeah,
you're like, I barely hit the wall. Like, I'm like, I don't know, this isn't very good, but like, it feels like it kind of belongs
feels
to
good.
you almost a little bit.
Exactly, yeah.
Barrett, did you have anything remotely similar to that? Like, maybe you learned to
Yeah, makes
dive
you.
like the day before, and then you had to perform it at a meet, or did you have nothing similar to that?
So day one of Albion, first college meet, I had to do exactly that because I had 5 3-meter dives and I needed 6. So we learned inward 1.5 day of. No, day before actually. We learned it Friday, dove it Saturday.
How did
I
it
mean,
go?
not that much of sense of accomplishment 'cause it was horrendous in the meet. But I mean, it was fun, if that's what you're asking. It's not cementing my spot in the sport, I'd say.
Okay.
PRing my final meet of high school would probably be the closest I would like, this is my sport, this is what feels good, but I did have to learn that dive day before my first college meet, so carried a lot of anxiety into that last round, but we're good.
It kind of seems like both of you kind of had that like anxiety type like moment. One of you kind of took it more of like, "Hey, I love this. Like this is awful. This sucks." Like going back to back to back, and they're like, "Oh, I love this. This is great." And then the other one is like, yeah, I don't ever want to do that again. Let's just make sure that things are set for the time. So I love how you both kind of eventually got to the sport of loving the sport, but like in a different approach. One's like more like, yeah, like I love chaos, and the other one's like, no, please never put me in chaos ever again.
Oh.
But if you really think about it, swimming and diving is kind of a pretty chaotic sport, and it's a pretty difficult sport, not only physically but mentally as
Yeah.
well. And when you guys end up joining, I know both you kind of mentioned the fact of like how important kind of the people were around you, not just the sport itself. Obviously, the sport itself is difficult. There's some aspects that are fun about it, some aspects that are not. Just kind of go into detail about like the not only the mental difficulty of both swimming and diving, but just how physically difficult it is and just how important to have the people around you to truly help you through that because everyone is experiencing that difficulty. Maybe more a little bit on the swimmer side of things, everyone's experienced it. Diving side of things, maybe you have a good practice, someone has a bad practice, but everyone experiences the whole idea of smacking, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, I can start with that one. For diving, it's a lot more mentally challenging than I'd say it is physically. There is a physical aspect, obviously. You got to get the legs kind of, you got to be able to jump and like receive the energy from the board.
Yeah.
But like really messing up and having the people to fall back on to like cheer you up and stuff to keep you in like mentally focused and stuff is huge for the sport. I don't know how I just like quantify it, but like if like I didn't have my high school teammates there, I would have been done probably end of sophomore, maybe stuck it to junior year, but I
Okay.
probably would have been done there because that learning curve was large. But like having those people there is huge for my sport.
Yeah, yeah. Definitely the people play a huge factor. Um, Not only in like how motivated you are at practice, but just like all around, having people to lean on for friendly competition, for support, all of that. Even going back to my freshman year, like I was saying, like if I didn't have like my friend Tyler, I don't think I would have like tried nearly as hard. I think I would have said like, this is hard,
Yeah.
I don't really like how this feels. Because it hurts. Um, but like having that competition,
Yeah.
drive me to really train. And even now, like I've been having a lot of shoulder issues. I have to like call most practices early just because of my like the pain. Um, but just having like a team of people that I know are there to support me and that care about me and that want me to be like my best and doing my best is like what makes me feel like I can get out of bed at 5 a.m., march down to the pool in like 45-degree weather
Ooh.
and get in the water.
Yeah, I was just going to say you get to experience that. I don't know how many times, probably at least a couple of times a week. And then Barrett on the other end, his earliest is like probably 8 o'clock practice. So Barrett's probably living
No,
a little bit more of the high life, but Noah's putting in the work early on.
Early bird gets the worm.
I don't need the worm. I need to stay healthy.
Hey, and that's just kind of part of the sport is the people. Obviously, swimmers go a little bit earlier, divers typically go a little bit later. Just kind of part of not only the sport, but part of just kind of the way things are set up in college athletics. Is usually the divers have the kind of their own practice, swimmers have their own practice. Sometimes there's a little bit of overlap there, but I kind of want to get into a little bit more about like the college part of it and kind of the transition to that because we've talked about kind of the mental side. We talked about like pre-college. Was it really the people that kind of like sold you guys on Kalamazoo? Just kind of go into a little bit more of just like your journey, kind of like leading up to it, and just why you guys both chose Kalamazoo because you're both not from the same area. You're both not from the same school, but you're both competing at Kalamazoo.
Um, I I wasn't super sure about Kalamazoo when I came here because when I started applying for colleges, I wanted to be an engineer. I kind of shifted away from that. I'm going into physics now,
Okay.
which is, I mean, really similar, but Kalamazoo didn't offer engineering when I was applying. I didn't actually know Kalamazoo College was a thing until Coach Butler gave me a phone call and said, like, hey, we think you'd be a good fit on the team. And even then, I was super unsure about it. But when I toured campus, that sold me. Um, the campus one, it's beautiful here. It's gorgeous, and getting to know some of the swimmers. I mean, not super well, but like during my recruiting visit, was I had a great time. Everyone was super friendly. Um, I spent most of my day with Reed,
Okay.
and he was super cool. It was great to get to know him. He was really inviting and friendly. Um, and I had a great time. All
Yeah.
the people were super cool, and definitely knowing that if I came here, I would have swim as a community that I could always fall back on. Definitely was a big motivator because any of the other schools I applied to, I wouldn't be able to swim at. And I think that sense of community that I get from swim was a big reason on why I chose to continue swimming in college.
That's awesome.
Yeah, mine looks pretty similar to that. We were on the same recruiting visit, just pretty much the reason we're rooming together now.
Oh,
But
interesting.
yeah, it was pretty fun. I enjoyed that visit a lot too. Same reasons. Everybody was super nice. I stayed with Xander
Okay.
until like staying with him, super chill. It was his freshman year, so that was having a recruit freshman year is a little weird because I
Yeah.
don't can't help him a lot, but it was fun. It's fun to talk to him. And like just same reason as Noah, like I was worried about moving away kinda. So
Okay.
I'm from Chicago. And so moving out of like my state was a little worrying. So having the team to fall back on, like have a community that I'm built into already was a big part for me because I'm a pretty social person. So having going from a place where I know most people to knowing nobody would have been hard for me.
Yeah.
So community's a big part for me too.
So, with both of you guys being on the same recruiting trip, who committed first and who convinced the other person to commit? Because it's almost
It's
guaranteed
on
at this
you.
point that your same recruiting trip, both end up at Kalamazoo.
I committed first.
You
I
committed
finished the
first.
trip, and
I
there
was
was
gonna say, I remember talking to you at the end of your recruiting. He's like, "I'm ready to commit here," and I was like, "That's great for you."
I remember at the end of the recruiting visit, we were sitting in the lobby of the
Yep,
Fine Arts building.
yep.
It was me, him, and Ale,
Okay.
another girl who swims here now.
Jeez, that recruiting visit was really successful,
Yeah, it was a
pal.
great visit.
Yeah.
We should go back to bowling and not go to the arcade again.
I love the arcade.
um, but on that visit, I know that Ale had already committed,
Did
but
she? I didn't know.
yeah, she
Oh,
already committed at that point. But after the visit, I was just talking about like, dude, I'm ready to commit. Like this has been incredible.
Yeah.
Um, and I was trying so hard to convince him to.
yeah. It took me a little while.
And hey, it worked.
I
It
mean, yeah.
worked.
After what? Like a month and a half. When did I commit? Like
It
February?
was it was yeah, it was a little bit after. I remember you
So it was
texting
a
me.
little while after. But we said, well, I wasn't sure if I was gonna commit, but I said, well, if I commit, you want a room? And he was like, sure. So now we're here.
So basically, I don't want to say blame, but do you say that Noah was the reason why you committed to KZU at this point?
Ooh. Probably not the sole reason, but he's
But
probably
a
up
reason.
there.
It has to
Oh,
be a
for sure
reason
a
at this
reason.
point, right?
For sure. Having a roommate, knowing a roommate going in is huge, I will say. Now that I'm here.
And it's kind of funny, like you guys looking back at that. It's like, hey, like we were on the same recruiting trip with both here now competing for these guys. Like it's just kind of cool how it kind of comes like full circle. Like at the very beginning, like you guys have been there for 6 weeks training so far. But what was the transition like from high school swim and dive to training at KZoo? Because you guys obviously knew a little bit about each other prior to KZoo, probably made the transition a little bit easier. But I do know, like Noah, I do know that Barrett, you both kind of mentioned, like when you first got here and kind of going through things, it's a little bit maybe more demanding than you either thought or what you've had prior. So, like, what was kind of that transition going like from a high school athlete to a college athlete? Was it a little bit of a rude awakening?
For me, for sure. High school, we didn't take it very seriously, you might say. I didn't. My teammates took it more seriously than I did. I
Okay.
was mostly there just for fun. I wasn't planning on doing anything with diving in college, so I regret that a little bit now. But like my pool in high school, I mean, it was nice for a high school pool, but
Yeah.
we didn't have like bubbles. We had a TV on a cart with a camcorder. We'll call it a TiVo.
Yeah.
Now we have the real TiVo. We have the whole dryland room that's like brand new. Everything's
Okay.
super nice, like dry boards, trampolines, and belts. It's nothing I had exposure to, so like that's a really hard learning curve for me. And then right now we're like starting from almost square one. So well now we're further on, but started from square one. So it was rough, but I mean I'm liking where it's going.
Good.
Yeah, super similar from, well, not super similar. So I'm in high school. We actually had morning practices and afternoon practices.
Sounds
Um,
bad.
2-a-days. Love that.
yeah, yeah, we had two practices a day. We were in the pool for 4 hours those days, which compared to the practices here, um, even on our busiest days, we were only in the water for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we do an hour of lifting, and I think personally that hour of lifting is a lot more beneficial than the extra time I got in the water.
Yeah.
Um, we didn't get a weight room in high school. We didn't. Our pool was like it wasn't the greatest. It was actually Lakeview. I'm pretty sure is the only short course meters pool for a high school in Michigan.
Okay.
Um, which
Short course
short course
meters.
meters, yeah, short course meters.
Interesting.
Every other school is short course yards. They just built ours wrong. Um, but we didn't have buckets. I only used buckets during my little time at club. Um, we had like we had bands for practicing some breakouts,
Okay.
but that's it. Apart from that, it was really just like
No equipment.
no equipment.
So it
Um,
had to be Christmas Day when you walked into KZU and saw all the stuff that you'd get to use.
yep.
You got your
When
like
I walked
got your
in and we
kickboard.
had all of our equipment bags, we had the buckets, we have beautiful blocks. Oh my gosh.
We
The,
had nice
those
we had nice
those
blocks in high
blocks,
school.
my blocks in high school were terrible. So being able to use the vertical backstroke bars, having the horizontal bars for freestyle starts, all of it is it's a bit more technique I've got to work on with those because I've never used them before,
Yeah.
but I can already tell that it's a huge step up. And I'm really excited to really like work on that and hammer that down and master that, you know. And getting to use all of this like the weight room,
Yeah,
the
nice.
weight room, I'm really looking forward to like seeing how incorporating like swim focused lifts can
Yeah.
improve my performance in the water.
Yeah, and I love how excited you were about the backstroke vertical bars. Like you got the blacks. Like it's like the little things that you might not had prior that you now have. It's like just like you see kind of like a dramatic difference. I know that Barrett was talking a little bit about like what he had for diving. Like it's just about the little things to obviously make you better. It's about like the weightlifting. I feel like a lot of people don't realize like how important weightlifting is in every sport. Some people might think like weightlifting might affect you negatively in swimming, but honestly, if you do it right, it's only going to make you stronger. It's only going to make you faster. It's just kind of a part of being a college athlete is having those things to hopefully make you better swimmers and divers.
Yeah, I mean, I never lifted for diving. We had a weight room, but we didn't really use it for diving. They
Okay.
might have done for swimming, I don't know. So lifts is gonna help, I think. Goes against my flexibility training that I have to start every day with, which is a bummer, but it's a
And,
bummer. But
and probably add workouts too, if I'm assuming if you're a diver.
yeah, that doesn't bother me. I've I did a lot of abs in high school. I was like the one thing we did because we didn't do weights. We just do abs for like 30 minutes every day. It was miserable.
That
But I
sounds
mean,
brutal.
I have visible abs now, so that's pretty sweet.
I was just gonna say that's probably the only good thing about that, right? Is outside of the
For
outside of
sure.
how awful it is, there's that. But obviously, like, there's been a lot of positive things so far. But every single athlete has kind of that welcome to college moment. Have you guys had that at KZoo yet? Like it could have been the first practice, it could have been a single moment. Or are you still kind of waiting for that moment to finally come?
I think it's when Bree put a set in front of us
Oh, I
that
saw that. I remember hearing about this.
phew, there's a lot of sets you hear about, man.
This is good.
Um,
I think I know this
it
one.
it was it was I think four rounds of 450s.
Okay.
Okay. 4 rounds, 450s. Start with 3 breaths and descend. No, start with 4 breaths, descend to 1 breath.
Okay.
And doing 4 rounds of that, I was baffled. I was complete, and she called it water yoga. How am I supposed to be relaxed when I'm doing a 50 with
Close your
one
eyes.
breath? I don't
Yeah.
even during a race I take
Slow
more
it
than one
down.
breath. What do you want me to do? And I think when I was doing that, I was like, I cannot do this. But I did because if you didn't, she would make you do it again. So
Oh, that's bad.
I got through it and I was really baffled I was able to finish it. Um
I say, maybe your
but I think that
capabilities.
practice was really when I was like, this is a lot harder than high school.
I thought it was gonna be the 300 crunches, 100 push-ups. That I heard a lot about too.
So yeah, another thing is on Wednesdays we have recovery day where we start the day with 300 crunches and we finish the day with an Ironman, which is
Nice.
where you go on the block and you sprint to 25, get out, do push-ups,
Yeah.
race back, get out, do squats, and go again. And that's recovery day.
We love
Yeah,
that, right? We have fun with that. That's a good time, right?
it's great. It's
It's
great to watch.
I'm going to
honestly,
guarantee you one thing right now, Noah. I'm going to guarantee you one thing. You said you can't do a 50 without taking a breath. I guarantee you by the time you graduate, you'll do a 50
You
without a single
definitely could.
breath.
You
I,
probably get
I, I
close to
almost
100.
guarantee you as a sprinter, you will do that. At one point, I've had sprinters on, and they've talked about how it's a little bit more mental than physical, and I feel like it's one of those things that you will eventually get to, and then you'll probably watch this interview back, and you'll probably be like, "Why was I reacting that way? Like this isn't hard at all." But you'll get there. I believe in you. You'll be fine. So,
yeah.
but what about you, Barrett? What's your welcome to college moment?
I don't think I have one that's bad yet. Having to learn inward 1.5 day before the meet wasn't great, but it wasn't
Yeah,
that bad either. Because, I mean, fundamentally, it's like a front 1.5 just facing the other way. And so that's how you think about it. That's how you do it.
yeah. I'm sure
But
there'll
I'm
probably be a
thinking
moment you come.
there'll be a bad one for sure coming up. I'm thinking.
Probably your
Lot of
first bad smack.
not yet.
Not
Not
yet.
yet. I'm holding out hope. The my teammates have had a couple bad ones,
It will come.
like
Don't you
really
worry. It'll
bad.
come.
I know. I'm waiting.
Hey, it comes for all divers, right?
Oh yeah. I've had a couple bad ones in high school too.
Yeah, it's
I'm
not super fun. I don't know if Noah has experience it. We'll talk a little bit about that as well as you guys recently did something that was super fun. But before we get into that, though, I do want to talk a little bit about your guys' first meet. Just how cool was it competing in college and representing KZoo for the first time? I know you guys talked a little bit about the beginning, like how it went, but it had to be like pretty cool to represent like Kalamazoo, be a college athlete for the first time. It had to be kind of like a surreal moment.
yeah, for me, I was really just excited to be there. I was holding out like no hope. Like I was just there to have fun. And then turns out I was actually competing with people, so like that was a really welcome surprise for me. I thought it was gonna be like it's gonna be like 2 years before I'm competitive.
Okay.
So I was like 5 out of 6. I was fifth.
Hey, there you go.
So that was fun. But I was really just excited to be there for everything except inward 1.5.
Um, I think the huge change from high school to college is like the camaraderie in the team, you know? Like there's the team cheers are awesome.
Yeah.
There's super cool like team traditions and the relays really feel like you're not just racing with like your teammates, but you're racing for your school to win,
Yeah.
not just for your little squad to win. It feels like you have like the entire like weight of your school on your shoulders, and you've got to do your best. And it gives me a bit of anxiety, but like it's it's an incredible feeling. And when you get out of the pool and you know you did your best, it's an amazing feeling. And in high school, I don't want to say there wasn't a ton of cheering, but there wasn't a lot of cheering during the relays, especially. Both teams were like had the entire team
Oh
lined up
yeah.
on the other end, just
Oh, that's awesome.
screaming, chanting, shouting. The energy was incredible.
Just
Um,
wait for conference. I'm going to tell
oh
you,
yeah,
just
Say
wait.
this is
Just wait for conference. That is nothing compared to what conference will be like, especially the final relays if you're involved in that.
400 free lay. I hope I
Honestly,
don't
might be
ever
one
have
of
to
the
swim.
best races to have in swimming is a 400 relay.
As long as I'm not in it.
Hey, you guys need to do a divers relay at some point this year.
Oh, oh, but there's already been one.
How did that go?
Not good. I'm pretty sure every single person DQ'd, but it was during the inter squad meet, so it didn't really matter.
Hey, you have to do one during the regular season though too to make it official.
I'm pretty sure there's gonna be one.
I do know that the women's team
Women's team has a divers
has a
relay.
divers
I think
relay.
in every meet. I think they
Yeah,
always swim now,
yeah,
just
whatever
so you can
meet.
have a B 200 free lay.
Yep.
There's enough men where there is half of a B relay for 200 free lay, and so two divers fill in. And it hasn't been me yet, and that's how we're hoping it's gonna stay for now until I'm better.
I'm gonna tell Kyle to put you in.
No,
I
Kyle doesn't control who puts him in. He was
I,
talking to Bree.
I'll talk to Bree.
I agree with Noah. I think Barrett should get in this diver relay. I think it'll be fun.
I'm not saying no. I just want a little bit more time of training. Like Kyle told us, like, oh, there's a good chance some of you guys are swimming tomorrow, and then gave us 5 minutes on the blocks.
And
That was our meet practice.
speaking of
Ethan
practice,
and Xander swam in that relay.
exactly. And
Oh,
speaking of
yeah, I was gonna
practice
say at
as
least we got
well,
practice. They didn't put us in cold, which I do appreciate.
exactly. And speaking of practice, I do want to kind of get into what you guys did yesterday, which was go through and kind of experience each other's sport for a little bit. I know that Noah
Oh yeah.
experienced a little bit of diving. Barrett, you experienced a little bit of swimming. Just how
Yo.
fun was that, and just what was it like kind of experiencing each other's sport and kind of critique maybe each other a little bit on some things that you
I'm so
guys
sure.
saw?
Well,
You're going first.
I had a much easier time adapting, you might say. Swimming wasn't that hard for me. I could not at a remotely competitive sprint pace. Well, I can do it, I
Yeah.
think. If I spent time doing it, I could probably get to a semi-competitive pace. But I had a good time swimming. Like, it was fun to go through them. I didn't do fly. I did back, breast, and free. No fly. Fly
How
does
did he
not look
do?
like fun.
Watching him.
How did I do?
Um. So I mean, you. It wasn't illegal. It. I don't think it would have gotten you DQ'd. Okay.
I don't. The flip turn, maybe.
Okay. It's
Flip turn,
questionable. It's
maybe.
questionable.
Flip
But
turn probably would have.
you got from point A to point B, and
In under a minute. Maybe not. Maybe not back and breast. But in free, I got met a 15 and an under a minute.
no, you definitely like if you trained for swimming, you definitely could swim, and you're at like a baseline where like if we threw you in a relay, you could do it. So
Hey, there you go.
hey.
Bree doesn't need to know that.
I will be telling Bree. Um, for my side of things, for diving, it's a lot harder than it looks. Um, I I regret to say I was not able to do a front flip.
Maybe sad.
We were on the board for that's like
Probably
20 minutes. And I really just like I was just trying to get comfortable on the board for the most part.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how scary diving was. I'm sure like when you're doing it for 4+ years, you kind of
It's
get used
less
to it.
scary.
But on the 1 meter, just like it was terrifying. I could do like just jump in and like go hands first, but even then, I was more of doing a start than a dive.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a lot
I
of swim
think
start.
it really just looked like I was doing a really big start.
Yeah, really
Um,
long swim start.
yeah.
That could have brought you to the other side of the pool if you just floated it out. You didn't even need a kick.
Um, I didn't realize like when you're on the board, it's so much more complex than I thought it was. Like you see them on there and they jump and they jump and they jump and they jump it. And I've always been kind of like a bit hypocritical, like, oh, dude, I could do like almost that, but like I bet if they went in the pool, no shot.
Yeah.
Um that I kind of got proved wrong today or yesterday. Um Diving is a much scarier endeavor than I thought it was. Um Definitely like even if I trained for it, like I don't I don't know how far I could get. Diving's not my forte.
It's definitely not the easiest sport to get into, I don't think.
No. Hey, maybe by the end of the year we'll get Noah into doing able to do a
Front flip
front
by the
flip.
end of the year.
Front flip by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Or a swim start off a 3.
Ooh.
We'll see.
I was just
Okay,
going to
well,
say Noah
That's the
Noah
trade-off.
might be able to do a fall in a
Noah did
little bit
not.
easier
I could
on
not get
three.
Noah on the 3 meter.
Noah might try the 3 meter when he's not injured, but
I don't think Noah wants to try the 3 meters when he's not injured.
I think Noah.
By the way you reacted to me saying 3 meter yesterday, I don't think that's an option.
I think Noah might have to work up his confidence a bit more before he even goes near the 3 meter.
Hey, you know what? Barrett had to go through the 3 meter for the first time. Did you ever? You never experienced 3 meter for before college, right?
At my public pool, I had a 3 meter board, but other than that, like we had one in high school, we just didn't train on it. We do like
Yeah.
fall-ins. That was about the extent.
Yeah, and just
So
look at what he can
that
do
was
now
my
on
big
3 meter.
learning curve. It's just the same as one, but you just got to lock in.
Yeah, and you're
I
also
think.
a lot higher up and jumping a lot
I
higher.
got a lot
than
more
that.
time, which is huge.
The
Yeah,
goal should
bonus
be to get Noah to do at least a front flip by the end of the year on 1 meter. That should be the ultimate goal. Maybe we'll have to record
is the
another
ultimate
podcast to have an update on that to see if Noah can get there.
hey,
Dedicated
the goal
postseason.
the goal for Barrett will be to do a 100 free
No,
in
I agree.
not in a
we're gonna
meet.
say sub 110.
Ooh, I like
Sub
Sub
110,
110
I could
100
do it.
free.
If I work on the flip turn a little
Yeah,
bit,
if you work on your flip turn and you work on carrying those underwaters, I think you've
Yeah.
got that.
We'll definitely have to do a podcast at the end of the year and have an update on exactly where we're at. We're going to make sure that
Postseason
each of you
check.
get there.
Oh yeah, it's the goal. My hair is so bad.
Yeah, but no, I love it, and you can really tell that you guys' appreciation for the other sport quite a bit as well. Like, obviously, I know that you guys appreciate like what each other do, but I feel like it's one of those things that like you don't fully understand it until you do it yourself. I feel like kind of doing it the switch that you guys did. I feel like is a really cool thing, but it's also seemed like you guys really enjoyed it, which is the biggest goal, right? Is to enjoy it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was an experience. I'll put it that way.
Definitely was. I had a great time.
Hey,
I
you
had
know what?
fun.
I was just gonna say, you know what? As long as you guys had fun, that's the biggest part. But I do want to get into kind of one tradition real quick. I do know that Noah mentioned kind of traditions. How quickly did you guys find out about the wise owl, and what are your thoughts on the wise owl?
So
What was that? Was that the orange and black meet too, or is that the alumni
it
meet?
was
First
it was the alumni meet.
alumni.
Um, I'm pretty sure I know I'd asked a couple times about it, but like nobody will tell you anything.
Oh
Okay.
yeah,
Like it's a
it's
it's a secret until
until it happens.
it happens. You know, like
And they're like, "Come here in this weird circle."
I had no idea what was going on. People were
Like, I
just
don't wanna. They're like,
like
"It's required."
I watched Trustin walk out of the locker room holding an owl wrapped in an orange t-shirt, and I was so confused. I was, what are we doing with the owl, man? And then before the meet, everyone circles up and interlinks arms, and I'm like, what?
Oh, I forgot about that.
And Trustin gets in the middle with his owl, and he starts chanting, and I was
Oh
so
yeah.
lost. I didn't. The first time we did it, I didn't know what the words are. I was kind of just like screaming with everyone.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Um,
I was picking up on it a little bit.
yeah.
Mostly just yelling in unison.
But it's it was awesome to see with all the alumni and all the swimmers
Oh, I
and
forgot the
Trustin
alumni were
right
there
in the
too.
middle. It was a super cool experience. Um, and I'm excited to do it at Holland, where we get to show all the other teams that we are the coolest team.
Isn't that it's at Hope? Is that Hope's pool?
It's at the Holland Aquatic Center.
Isn't that Hope's home pool?
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
that's
remember.
where they
I
compete
looked
in
it
that pro
up and I
conference will
forgot.
be at least for a couple of you
Yes.
guys this season.
I was bored.
Woo! Holland
Not
is
me.
Holland's a great pool, dude. Holland is
Never
such a
been.
nice pool.
I was just going to say, you guys are going to really enjoy that pool. It's a very, very nice pool, very, very nice facility. But like the Wise Owl, like the traditions, that's just kind of part of the team culture that like you
Hmm.
guys have built and that they have built at KZoo, and just kind of talk about like the culture that you guys have, just coming together, kind of doing that kind of stuff. Because for some people, some schools, they might see that and they might be like, well, that's a little unusual, but like that's kind of what makes it what it is, right? Like you guys seem to love it and embrace it, and it's just kind of part of going to KZoo. Like, is that just kind of the way you guys approach it? It's just building team culture, and it's just something that we do that brings us closer that no one else does.
I definitely think I believe the Wise Owl's been around for around 40 years.
Yeah,
I
It's a
didn't know it
super
was
old
that old.
tradition. Um, and like I feel a little badass doing it. I'm like, um, it sounds a bit silly, but like all of those years of like the program,
yeah,
um, like have amounted to this at this moment, you know? And like I get to carry on everyone's legacy. Um, and that's pretty awesome. Um, I think that's my favorite thing about the Wise Owl is just like how long it's been here for. Um, and then obviously like the camaraderie, like the values that it holds,
yep,
um, and then the team culture. I think all of it's super important. And I'm really happy to like just to be here for it, you know?
yeah,
I'm glad to be here and get to experience this and then continue to build on it.
exactly.
Yeah, it's like same here really. Don't got much to add to that one.
Yeah, because it's just kind of like you guys said, like you're building on history. You guys have a history at KZoo of being competitive, of kind of doing this for a really long time. And obviously, you guys have like specific goals that you mentioned at the beginning that you want to kind of achieve and you want to kind of get to. And for you guys, like for your first year, like what's the thing you want to improve on most? Like if you end a conference, like where do you guys want to kind of be at, and just how
Ooh.
excited are you to look forward to kind of that journey? Because you guys are going to have 3.5 years left to go, but that first year is just the beginning of your journey.
Ooh. Where do I want to? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know where I want to end up in conference because it's a team effort. I would hope the goal right now probably just somewhere in the middle. Probably gonna end up on the lower end, just because young, really young team. So it's hard for me to place us. I would hope somewhere in the middle though.
Yeah, I think for the goal this season, since we're a super young team, um, I know for the men's team we have no juniors and
Okay.
we have no juniors. No.
Okay.
We have one senior. Well, we have three seniors, but two of them are abroad right now.
Yeah.
They're not going to be joining us this season, I don't think.
Avery, Zach.
No, wait, they're going to be here for the second half of the season, but
Okay.
Avery and Zach aren't going to be here for the first half. But they're both seniors. But the underclassmen of our team are pretty much the entire team.
Yeah.
So over the next 2 years, as we keep bringing recruits in, we're really hoping to just build this program. And it's only going to get better after this year. So right now, I think the team's really just trying to set a benchmark, set their stone in the MIAA after we had a couple years of having no team because of the pool construction.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think we're just trying to like put our foot down in the MIAA and say like we are here to compete, and build off that.
Yeah, and it's continuing to about growing. It's to continue to get better every single year. And as a young team, that's just kind of the goal is to get better, continue to grow, continue to just make an impact, and just see where you guys are in a few years. And obviously, every single year, you're going to continue to get better. You're going to continue to grow. And because of that, like, what kind of advice would you guys give to those athletes that were like you were a year ago? Like, what kind of advice would you give to them that want to compete in college? Because you both mentioned, I
Ooh.
know that Barrett specifically mentioned that he wasn't exactly sure if he wanted to dive in college. I know that Noah, you kind of mentioned a little bit if you went someplace else, like you weren't going to be able to truly swim. Like, what kind of advice would you give to them on just being kind of college athletes that's experienced it for a little bit?
I don't know. I would just, if that's what you want to do, I'd pursue it. Cause I was a little like iffy on it. I wasn't sure if this is what I wanted to do, but as of right now, I'm having a really great time. It's really good to like come in and have that community
Yeah.
pretty quick, right away. It's huge for the resources. Like
Mhm.
your teammates, your older upperclassmen teammates have been through your first year classes. They can help you. Everyone's just been there. Everyone older than you can help you out, get through it. And then you have hopefully freshmen, I'd assume, coming in with you. You got friends,
Yep.
same age as you. Hopefully a roommate. Love this guy. It's great to have. So, I mean, the community coming in is really helpful. And if it's something you want to do, I think it's definitely worth looking into and pursuing.
Yeah. I'm gonna piggyback off that and say that being able to come into college with a support net is massive.
Yeah.
Um, Being able to have people that you can fall back on, as your fellow athletes and teammates is something that is just invaluable. Like if you have the opportunity to swim in college, and I'm not for anyone watching, I'm not telling you that you have to, like
Yeah.
obviously follow your passions, follow your dreams, follow what you want to do. But if you have the ability to swim in college and like you like I
Swim
guess
here.
yeah,
Yeah.
swim here guys.
Yeah. Go to
Um
K2.
but like it's a blessing, like um looking back on it, like when I was looking to colleges, like I was kind of thinking like I mean I guess I could swim, but like do I really like want to? And looking back on it now, I'm so glad I took advantage of that opportunity because like it's propelled me so far in college, and in swim. Um, just having the support net, uh, it's invaluable. Those upperclassmen and your underclassmen that are there with you, going through the same thing or have already gone through it. It's something that just starting college with it is huge.
Exactly, and that's the important part of it is to not only have that support net to be there to help you to kind of go through everything that they went through. Like that's what sophomores, juniors, and seniors went through. Is they're going through exactly what you guys are going through now, and having that support group is also important. But also, obviously, every athlete that's doing their sport in college enjoys it. And it's impacted their life in specific ways. Like it's probably a big part of your guys' life. It's probably impacted your guys' life. So just talk about like what swim and dive have meant to both of you and just how has it impacted and helped you guys grow as people and athletes.
So just as a general, um, like physically, swim has completely changed me. When I came in to swim in high school, I was 6'3" and I believe 145 pounds.
Nice.
I was a string bean. I was super insecure about my body. I was I was pretty underweight and I was really weak. Um, and right now, I believe I'm around 195. So
Okay.
Jeez.
throughout my swim career, I've put on about 50 pounds of muscle. And like, I am so grateful for swim for that. It's given me so much confidence in who I am as a person, both physically and just like mentally. Being able to say like, yes, like I worked so hard for this, for what I can do.
Yeah.
Gives me a lot of confidence in and out of the pool. Um, and then swim has really taught me like discipline, how to work hard and like how what you have to do, and like just how to get it done, even when it's hard, even when you hate it,
Yep.
just powering through it, persisting, um, it pays off.
Exactly.
Well, by Noah's terms, I'm still a string bean. I'm 6'2", 148, so that's pretty cool. That doesn't bother me. I've never had that much of like a super conscious issue on my body. I'm always gonna be skinny.
Yeah.
Runs in the family, really. Um, but I mean, I don't know. Pretty much the same as Noah. I don't got a lot to add other than I'm skinny. That doesn't hasn't really changed. But I would say I'm less full body active by a lot than swimming.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
like, what do you think is the most important thing you've learned from diving?
Ooh,
Yeah.
learned from diving. Probably the discipline, like swimming. I mean, it's just something I did commit to. Like, not wasn't great at committing to my schoolwork in high school, which is a bummer, but did enough to get here. But definitely helps with the discipline and just everything. Really helps you.
Yeah.
Commitment to something really helps. Learning it.
And now, also being a college athlete, you kind of have to commit to that schoolwork a little bit so that
Oh
you can
yeah, for sure.
continue to perform.
Eligibility.
Eligibility is important because if you don't have eligibility, you can't perform, you can't practice, and if you can't do that, you're not doing
R.I.P.
something you
Troy.
love.
Yeah.
Awesome. But I'm going to end on one last thing. I know we kind of talked a little bit. We'll end on kind of the fast round. It'll go alternating because I've never had swimmers and a diver at the same time, so I had to take a different approach. But whenever you guys are ready, I will get started and we'll go through these quick before we kind of wrap up the episode.
I'm good to go when
Yeah,
you
you
are.
ready? Let's
Awesome.
do it.
Never use a swim cap again or never use goggles again.
Oh my God, swim cap.
Yeah,
Dude, I need goggles. Are you kidding me?
go, just go
I'll
balls.
buzz my head, but I'm never taking those goggles off.
You need to see a little bit.
You need to see.
1 meter or 3 meter?
Oh, that's a hard one. I just started 3 meters, so I'm gonna have to go with 1 meter just because I feel like smacking on 3 meters is gonna hurt a lot more, even though I haven't done it yet. Actually, that's not true. I had to learn full twisting 1.5 on three in my high school season. I landed flat on my face and my stomach. It was miserable.
That does not sound fun whatsoever.
It was terrible. But I mean, 1 meter all the way.
Absolutely. Rip your brand new tech suit at your championship meet or forget it at home.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, I'd say forget it, bro. Like
Don't destroy it.
ripping a tech suit might be the biggest vibe kill ever. Imagine dropping $400 on a suit
Ripping
and
it.
then right before like you get ready to swim, your suit tears, dude.
Yeah.
Whoa,
No,
that's
no, no, no,
so
no, no, no,
bad.
no. I'd rather just like swim in a crappy suit.
Yeah, understandable. Have a loud cheering crowd or a quiet focused atmosphere.
Oh, that's one thing I like about college. I hated the quiet atmosphere. That made me so stressed out. So I love the loud crowd.
Okay,
I'm
interesting.
big with the sound.
Not be allowed to dive off the block for a race or not being allowed to do any underwaters or pullouts.
Oh my God, take my dives away. Are you kidding me? No underwaters? What do I even do?
Yeah,
No,
underwater's-
no, no. You need your underwaters.
Yeah, no,
I
understandable.
Learning swimming yesterday, I'm gonna have to agree with that one.
Getting more height on your dive or rotating faster.
Oh, rotating faster by far.
Pretty
I
easy
get enough
decision.
height. Oh yeah, I've always wanted to. I'd kind of spin fast though. But if I get like
Okay.
if I can get another somersault in, I'm golden.
Nice. Get first place, but add 2 seconds from your best time, or swim a best time and just miss the podium.
Oof. That's really hard.
Personally, I'm after hardware, but
I'm gonna have to say, like, get a personal best, but just miss the podium.
Okay.
Um,
Ooh,
because
I-
as much as I want that gold medal, I think long-term progression is more important. Like
Yeah.
that's respectable.
getting that PR, I think is gonna be in the long run more rewarding than getting first place at a meet.
Yeah.
Especially
Progression.
if you add 2 seconds, like that feels like a fake win, you know?
Yeah.
Fake one.
I would not be
I want
proud.
my
It's still a
medal.
win.
I would not be proud.
It's still
It's
a
a
win,
win,
though.
but like, come on.
You get a gold medal, though.
That's what I'm
But
asking.
like, at that point, I could just like I go to like any of my high school meets against like not good teams. I could get first, but I could add like 5 seconds.
I
I
still want my medal.
I would not feel very proud.
I want my medal.
I was just gonna say, I think I
I
know Barrett's
love
answer to
medals.
this next one. Then,
Oh,
winning
if
a
it involves
meet
a
with
medal,
an-
I want the medal.
I was just gonna say, winning a meet with an average dive or performing a perfect dive but placing second.
Ooh, wait. Second still gets a medal. Ooh, that's tough. I'm gonna go with winning. I've never won a meet because I've always had to dive against my freaking teammates who are always better
Okay.
than me. So
Hey,
I want
You
to win.
get a medal each way, though.
I know. I always want a medal. That's
Yeah,
what I'm after all the time, even though it's unlikely.
exactly. Swim without music or without teammates.
Oh, music.
So I
It's
actually
up
have
to
this
you.
thing. It's like a little bone conduction speaker I put on the back of my
I
head,
forgot about that. That thing is scary.
and it lets me listen to music
Oh.
while I swim underwater.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I love that thing, but I don't think
I don't
I
wanna
could do it
swim
without
alone.
teammates, bro. Like
What is this? Oh, it's your ring.
it's a ring. Getting in the pool, like I've swam by myself at the gym a lot.
Yeah,
It's not the same. It's not the
No.
same. It's so easy to just like sit at the wall, bro.
yeah.
Like
I do like to skip activity.
having some like people to hold you accountable is a huge one.
Yeah.
I need my teammates. I
Exactly.
need my teammates.
Visualizing your dive or meditating before your dive.
Ooh. I don't know. I do neither.
What do you do before you dive?
Nothing. Talk to my teammates instead, because I hate thinking.
Does it?
Probably visualize it. I hate meditating. Don't ever trap me with my thoughts.
Okay.
No. I'm gonna have to go with, yeah, definitely meditating. Oh, wait, no, not meditating. Visualizing the dive, not meditating.
Okay. Understandable. Have to swim a
I think
25 with a bucket all the way full, or swim with a rack at the heaviest weight.
Ooh, it's both hard.
I'd say bucket. I'd say bucket.
I was just going to say bucket seems a little bit more fun.
For sure, for sure.
I've never swum with a bucket. I had to swim with a power rag. Not fun.
I like them both, but I'd say if I was doing a full 25, I'd want to just do bucket.
Yeah.
25. I go like 10 yards, then I fall backwards. Pulls me back. With like 80 pounds.
Practice a new dive or perfect a current one.
Oh, perfect the current one. For sure. I'm not
Understandable.
close enough to perfecting anything right now. I'd rather a perfect one than a new one.
Awesome. Now these next couple are for both you. Waking
Ooh.
up early for practice or a late evening practice? Would you rather get it done early or not wake up
Ooh,
early and get it done late?
I'm gonna have to be done early.
Done early.
Yeah, done
As
early.
much as I hate waking up at 5, bro, when I finish practice, I have my whole day ahead of me.
Yeah.
And I don't have to think
Just
about
done.
practice.
And you also
It's-
probably feel productive too.
Yes, I feel
Yes,
productive.
I'm already done, like working out and stuff. I'm definitely choosing early, even though I don't have the option.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, you have your
I
8
think I'm at
a.m.s.
8 a.m.
Yeah.
It's tomorrow.
I have 5 a.m. tomorrow.
No,
I was just gonna say we have to wrap this up pretty quick because you're at 5 a.m.
no, he'll be
practice.
fine. He'll be fine.
I'll be all good.
I'll be sure he wakes up. I'm
That's
up
good.
at 5 a.m. now too, so that's cool.
A warm pool or a cold pool?
Cold pool, cold pool. Oh my God, cold pool.
What am I doing? If
You're
I'm
diving.
relaxing, if I'm swimming to learn how to swim in like my competitiveness, cold pool. But if I'm just there, warm
Well,
pool.
what if you're diving?
Oh, warm pool.
Warm pool for diving?
It's different because I don't really. If it's cold when you get in, and it's colder when you get out when it's in a cold pool.
Yeah.
So like I don't mind going from warm to room temperature, like with the air. It's better. It's still a little cold. Depends what the water is, I guess. Warm pool if I'm diving, I guess, and then cold pool if I'm swimming.
I've swam in warm pools. I mean warm.
Yes.
And it is suffocating.
I love it.
You cannot breathe, dude.
It's so relaxing.
No. When you're doing sprints in
I
a
like to
hot
float.
pool, you actually just like
Float.
feel like you're choking on air. Cold pool all day. Your muscles feel better. The air feels better. Cold pool easily.
I was just going to say, I kind of expected different answers because one's a diver, one's probably wanting a warm pool, the other one's a swimmer, which I don't think I've ever seen a swimmer say a warm pool very much. Maybe one
Warm
person,
pool's
but
so
very
fun.
much cold pools. But one last question, and we'll end on this one. Speedo or board shorts?
Oh, board
Speedo.
shorts.
Speedo.
Give me board
Speedo.
shorts. Give me board shorts.
Speedo. Speedo.
Give me the board shorts back.
I
I'm
wasn't
not allowed to practice in board shorts anymore unless I leave both my Speedos at Albion. I got them back though.
That's good.
That's what
Yeah,
matters.
I wasn't the Speedo guy until I think beginning of my senior year, maybe end of my junior year. I just put a Speedo on one day and I was like, "Oh my God, this is so much better than jammers." And I'm never going back. I'm never going back.
I wasn't a Speedo guy until about 2 weeks ago, roughly, give or take. So definitely give me the board shorts.
Awesome. But yeah, no, I really appreciate each of you guys joining. It's been a ton of fun. I truly hope you guys had a ton of fun. One thing I always say to anyone that ever joins is you're very much welcome to come back. The door is always open. No pressure to do so, but I really appreciate each of you guys joining. It was a ton of fun. Good luck this year, and I really appreciate it. And I'll let you guys get going as you'll have to have a pretty early morning, but really appreciate you guys joining and hope you had fun.
Be morning for nothing. Thank you for having us.
Thank you
It's
so
great
much
to
for
be
having
here.
us. It was amazing to be on.
Absolutely. Glad that you guys had fun. And yeah, that's a wrap to episode number 505. Thank you again to Barrett and Noah for joining, and tune in to the next episode.